The Hyundai Kona first launched in Ireland back in 2017, and it was Hyundai's answer to the small SUV. Now it's back for a second generation with this radical new design. It goes on sale priced from just under €32,000 for a petrol and from about €34,000 for a hybrid. An electric version is expected before the end of the year as well. There are of course lots of rivals for this Kona, like the Ford Puma, the Toyota Yaris Cross, the Peugeot 2008 and the Volkswagen T-Cross. The Kona has been a consistent bestseller in Ireland since it launched, so can this new version continue its success? It is a significantly bigger car than before. It's taller, it's wider and it's longer. There are 3 trim levels for the petrol: Signature, Elegance and N-Line. But if you go for the hybrid, there's just 2, Signature or Elegance, like this one, which retails for about €36,000. 16-inch alloy wheels come as standard. The Elegance models get 17-inch and the top of the range sporty N-Line models get 18-inch. This colour is Mirage Green, it's very stylish, and of course the Kona has all those rugged small SUV design cues, like all that plastic cladding around the wheel arches. So what's it like to drive? Well, let's start with what's powering this new Kona. So like before, the entry into the range is a 1-litre turbo petrol with about 120 horsepower, and that comes with a 6-speed manual gearbox. Then there's this, which is the 1.6-litre petrol electric hybrid. It's not a plug-in hybrid, you don't have to charge it, and that comes with 141 horsepower and a 7-speed dual clutch automatic transmission. So you're getting a bit more power. It returns very good economy as well. I'm averaging about 4.9 litres per 100 kilometres without trying very hard. So it's very good on that. Also the refinement, the quietness of that hybrid because of that dual clutch automatic, compared to, for example, a CVT that you might find in the Toyota Yaris Cross. This just seems a bit smoother and quieter in the way it operates all the time. There's no unusual noises coming from this Kona hybrid. There will be an electric version before the end of the year, and that's expected to have a range somewhere in the region of 500 kilometres. And Kona electric has been very popular in Ireland. It really did take hold in the market. This radical new design theme continues at the back with this full width light bar and Kona spelled out across the back, which I think has quite a lot of impact. It's quite a premium touch. Hyundai are proud of this Kona, and they should be, because it's been a big success in quite a short space of time. But things get really interesting when it comes to boot space, because they've done a dramatic improvement here. So it's gone from about 366 litres up to 461. So it's now one of the biggest boots in the class, bigger than a Toyota Yaris Cross and even a Ford Puma. This sill is flat as well. You can move that boot floor, so you can move it further down to create more space. So it's just really practical now for a small SUV. This hybrid is very nice to drive, I have to say. The smoothness, the refinement, there's plenty of power there. Now I'm driving it in the eco mode because I want to get the best economy, which it's working, definitely. So it's not the liveliest in that mode, but there is a sport mode. It gives you a livelier acceleration. It's good for overtaking manoeuvres or joining motorways. There's also a snow mode, so you can switch it into that in slippery conditions. The handling is very secure. It's not the most exciting car to drive in the world. A Ford Puma is probably a bit more engaging to drive, but the Kona doesn't have to be. And as I said, it feels very secure and predictable in its handling. The steering is also really nice and light, so it's brilliant for manoeuvring around town. It's just a joy to drive. You get around in this so easily. I can see why these are so popular. And because it's a crossover, there's a little bit of an elevated ride height over a hatchback, for example. There is a little bit of road noise and wind noise at high speeds on the motorway, but that's something you find with most of these small, compact crossovers and SUVs. It's very comfortable as well by class standards. There's no shocks coming into this cabin when you go over anything rough on the road surface. For its class, it's very good, really, in that regard. Those doors open reasonably wide for a small SUV. And here's where things get really interesting. This is longer and wider than the previous generation of the Kona, longer wheelbase. And just look at all this space, because that was a criticism of the previous generation of Kona. But now I have loads of legroom and good headroom as well. There's also a flat place here for the middle seat passenger to rest their feet. But as is standard for small SUVs, it's probably more comfortable for 2 adults or maybe a few children here across the rear bench. There's plenty of amenities like pockets in the back of those seats. There's vents here. There's USBs, a little bit of storage there, and also an armrest with 2 cup holders. There's no hatch through to the boot, but you wouldn't really expect that in the small SUV class. So overall, this is magnificent, and it's definitely one of the most spacious and practical of these small SUVs on sale. This, of course, slips into the Hyundai range between the Bayon and the larger Tucson. Tucson has been a very big success for Hyundai, as has Kona. But now Kona is bigger, it's more practical, it's more spacious. So I think Kona owners going back now to change their car will be delighted with the space and the interior upgrades as well. The styling is quite radical. I'm not sure if it's maybe a little bit too out there, I'm not sure, but it has grown on me, particularly the back. I think it's quite classy with Kona spelt out across the rear, and I do like this Mirage green as well. It does feel very stylish, and it's a lovely car to get around in. Really good in town, compact size. It's just very nice to spend time behind the wheel. It's everything you could really want from a small SUV. It's a very good all-rounder. The dramatic changes continue here inside the cabin of the Kona. So it is a massive improvement in terms of the digital tech, the material quality and the overall design as well. Standard equipment levels are really high. You get this leather wrapped steering wheel, you get automatic climate control, you get a reversing camera and that 12.3-inch touchscreen with Apple CarPlay, Android Auto and over-the-air updates. It's very easy to use as well. The material quality is good quality plastics there, and in the doors, a little bit of fabric there on the inside of those doors. Loads of storage as well. Under the armrest here, cup holders, little place here for your phone, the wireless smartphone charging pad, and then they've moved the gear selection here to behind the steering wheel, so that's freed up this space. This mid-range elegance model is exceptionally well equipped as well. You get that full digital driver display. Looks really good. You've got a heated steering wheel. You've got heated front seats as well. It's very well equipped, very comfortable in here. Now, I'm not so sure about this finish here around the center console, that kind of shiny metal effect. But look, there are physical controls here for the ventilation. There's lots of buttons to operate different functions and adjust the temperature and the fan speed, turn on and off your air conditioning. So it is very easy to use, very intuitive. So overall, I think Kona has come a long way, and that's really evident here in the cabin of this latest model. You can read a full review of this new Hyundai Kona over on changinglanes.ie. And you can find a link to that in the description below the video. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think about the video and about this new Kona. What do you think of the styling? How do you think it compares to its rivals like the Yaris Cross, the Puma, the T-Cross? There's loads of rivals for this car. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.